athletes to the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our athletes. Welcome to the final of the day. It's the Welsh Open Men's Air Pistol Final. On firing point A from Lithuania, he's got a personal best of 5.85. 5.58 in qualification today. His shooting achievements are too numerous to mention. We've been here all afternoon, apparently. On lane A, it's Pavlis Wojciechowicz. On lane B, all the way from the Democratic Republic of Serbs, he is the Buchan Rifle Club pistol champion. He's got a personal best of 5.77. Qualification score today was a 5.60. Lane B, it's Toby Meek. On lane C, from Wales, he's got a personal best of 5.60. Only 3 points short of that today with a 5.57 in qualification. He seems to be very proud that he outshot Time White Venables today and yesterday in the finals. Seems to be proud of that. Oh well. On lane C, it's Lord Elliot Bromfield. On lane D, also from Wales, personal best of 5.82. Qualification score today was a 5.72. And he would like to say that he has more varsity wins than Keelan Pledge. On lane D, it's James Miller. Lane E, also from Wales, he's the British junior champion. Personal best of 5.66. Qualification today was a 5.59. Lane E, it's Sasha Mikhailov. On lane F, also from England, he's got a personal best of 5.62, which is what he scored in qualification today. So new PB, well done. He's a Crew Junior Champion of 2023. Lane F, Isaac Baxter. Lane G from England, he's a Nordic 50-metre champion. Personal best of 5.73, qualification score of 5.62. He's getting rather desperate now. He is still single. If there's any last-minute takers, he has his phone number available. On lane G, it's Joe Baker. Finally, on lane H, from Scotland, he went to the ISSF Junior World Cup. He's got a personal best of 5.57, which he achieved today. On lane H, it's Hamish MacDonald.
Take your positions. Five minutes, preparation and sighting time. Start.
We now have a 5-minute period where the athletes can carry out their final preparations and sighting shots to see them through to this battle that they're about to commence in this Welsh Open Championships. After the sighters, we will be starting the competition proper. We will be having 2 series of 5 shots, each in a time limit of 4 minutes and 10 seconds. After that, we move into the single shots. Under time control, 50 seconds per shot. After 12 shots, the lowest scoring athlete will be eliminated from the final. After 2 further shots, another athlete will be eliminated, and so on until the competition concludes. If at any time there is a tie for the lowest scoring athlete, there will be tie shots to decide the eliminated athlete. After 23 and 24 shots, we will then know who are the gold and silver medalists. Audience participation is encouraged. Please pick a favourite athlete and possibly even a spare. You are allowed to cheer, you are allowed to make a noise. You stayed all day, you may as well make it worth it.
So welcome to our online viewers for today's final. It is for the Welsh Open Men's Air Pistol competition, and this is going to be a very good final. I've been looking forward to this. When I saw the top 8 from qualification earlier in the day, there's going to be some a bit of inter-rivalry between our finalists here, with our 3 Welsh athletes all stood next to each other as well. We have got 3 English athletes, Lithuanian and a Scot, so nice variety. And good to see some of the juniors as well, with Sasha and Isaac we have seen, and Hamish, with Isaac coming off a very successful qualification this morning, putting 7 points on his PB. An interesting note here is that he is actually getting some coaching from Joe Baker as part of the Crew Air Rifle and Pistol Club, and seems to be breeding some really successful shooters. And with our 3 Welsh athletes in this final, alongside this competition, they will be competing for the Welsh Confined title as well. So that will be awarded to our highest placed Welsh athlete after this final. So it will either be Bromfield, Miller or Mikalov. So just a little extra for those athletes to think about. But they've got the 24 shots of this final to contend with first. As I say, a very stacked outfield in regard to medalists from domestic and international competitions here, and we have seen a medal previously over the last 2 days.
Thirty seconds.
So as our athletes come to the end of their sighting series, we can see that they are starting to settle down, create those groups that we saw in the qualification round, but slight difference here in the new hall. So we will see how it goes over the first 2 series of 5 shots coming up.
Stop, unload. For the first competition series, load. Start.
So here we go. First shots of the final. And Hamish and Baker, we can see here. Hamish looking very relaxed, but that might unsettle him slightly with that low 8 start, but plenty of shots in his finals to go. Strong showing there by Miller with a 10.3. Baker with a 10.4 and Bromfield with a 10.0. So let's see who can keep their nerve as we do complete this 5-shot series. Wojciechowski there with a solid 10.5, showing that experience he has in finals. Mikolov finding the 10 for the first time in this final on shot 3. Miller with an impressive 10.4 to split the 10x ring there. McDonald with a 10.3. Hopefully that'll settle the ship, get him on an even keel there. Miller with another 10. Starting to pull out a strong lead here, even after his first 3 shots. McDonald with that 7 in the low left corner, just reacting slightly there, we can see, maybe a little bit disappointed, but I'm sure he'll be able to calm himself down and reset for the next 5 shots coming up. And Wojciechowski there with another 10.1. And Meek with his first 10 of the final to round off his 5-shot series. Miller looking very comfortable here in the final as he starts with 4 consecutive 10s. Even with some of his lacrosse mates in the crowd cheering him on. He's holding his nerve well. Brilliant there by Miller with a 51.5 string. Strong start.
First 5-shot series has finished there, and there's some really, really good shots going down from these athletes. Pick of the bunch, 10.5s, one from Pavlis and one from James Miller. Really, really good series there. 51.5 from James Miller puts him into the lead. Joe Baker in second, 3.2 behind. Pavlis in the third place at the moment, only 0.1 behind. Hamish McDonald currently in 8th place, but we've got plenty of time left. On to the next 5-shot series.
For the next competition series, load. Start.
So into our second series of 5 shots in this men's air pistol final. McDonald with a bit of work here to try and pull himself back to the rest of the field. And great shot there by Baxter with a solid 10.5. And Bromfield with a 10.1 as well. Good way to start your next 5-shot series. And first 9 for Miller there with a slightly low 9.8, but still strong score. And Mikolov going toe-to-toe with the seniors in this final with a 10.1. Great showing. Another great shot there by Baxter, 10.2. You see Baxter seems to be maintaining that level that he showed this morning with a really good 7 points onto his PB in qualification. Mikolov with a 10.3 there. Continues to move his way up the ranking in this final, but still plenty of shots to go. And another great 10.5 there by Baker. And Miller with a 10.0 there. And solid shot there by Meek. Try and settle himself into this final with 10.5. And Baker with another inner 10 there with 10.6. Completing the 5-shot series with a 50.5. So both Meek and Baxter with 1 shot left. That's a little away with there by Baxter. And flicking a 7.3.
And some very, very good shots there from our athletes again that time. We had a 10.6 from Joe Baker. He also put in a pair of 10.5s. 10.5s also from Joe Baxter and Toby Meek. Up at the top, James Miller, he is in the lead. He's on a 101.3, but that lead is reduced. It's only 2.5 now. Joe Baker, 2nd place. Sasha Mikolov in 3rd place at the moment, 1.5 further down. We're now moving into the single shots, where after the first 2 of these shots, we will eliminate the lowest scoring athlete. Currently in 8th place, that's Hamish McDonald. He's 5.4 behind Toby Meek, but he's got 2 shots to try to do something about that.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So as we know, the sway can be quite a bit bigger in pistol finals. I'm sure McDonald will be doing all that he can to try and claw back some of this lead the others have on top of him, and a great showing there. Well done, sir, with a 10.1 on that first shot.
Stop.
A really good 10.5 there from Sasha Mikhailov has pushed him up into second place now. James Miller still at the front, but that gap from first to second is now 3.8. Joe Baker in third, 0.4 behind. Down at the bottom, we got one shot to go to decide 8th place. Currently, Hamish MacDonald occupies that place, but he's only 3.7 behind Isaac Baxter now. Next shot to decide 8th place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So we'll soon find out our first elimination. MacDonald with a bit of work to do here. But is he going to get helped out by Baxter? And unfortunately that's not quite enough for the junior there. But a great showing in this final, and congratulations on getting in the first place.
Stop.
Some of the shooters we have in the field at this competition.
We now have our 8th place finalist in 5.H. It's Hamish MacDonald. James Miller still in first place. He's opened up a lead of 4.9 now over Joe Baker back into second place. Sasha Mikhailov in third again, 0.3 further back. Next two shots will decide 7th place. Currently, Isaac Baxter is in 7th. He's 1.9 behind Elliot Bromfield. 2 shots to try to close that gap.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So pressure on Baxter here after a really successful start to this final. Gone a little wayward with a couple of the shots, but with the quality of field we've got, it's getting penalised for that. But still, anything could happen. Mikhailov there with a very solid 10.4.
Stop.
James Miller still there, another 10 for him. He's increased that gap. It's now 5.0, but Sasha Mikhailov is in second place now, Joe Baker in third. Down at the bottom, 7th place, Isaac Baxter. He's reduced that deficit, but only just. It's still 1.8. One shot left to decide 7th place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So here we go. We'll find out our 7th place athlete. Currently stands in Baxter. And Bromfield with a 10.1 there. I don't think that's going to be enough by Baxter in the end, but Wojtowicz with a solid 10.6. Miller, last firer,
Stop.
another 10 for him.
We now have our 7th place finalist on firing point F. It's Isaac Baxter. James Miller still clinging onto that lead, but that lead has shrunk. It's only 4.9 now over Sasha Mikhailov. Joe Baker, 3rd place, only half a point further behind. Down in 6th place, Toby Meek is currently occupying that, but he's only 0.8 behind Elliot Bromfield. 2 shots to decide 6th place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So I'm sure Baxter will take away a lot of experience from this competition, and it's great to see him being able to perform at this level. But the final goes on. Meek with a bit of work here to do. Wojtowicz there with another solid 10, 10.5 for him. Slightly wayward there by Mikolov at 8.1. Is that going to hurt him later on?
Stop.
James Miller, he's responded well to that challenge. He's on a 152.4. He's now leading Joe Baker in second by 6.7. Sasha Mikhailov a further 0.4 back in third place. Down at the bottom, Toby Meek, his task got a little bit heavier, harder, with a fantastic 10.8 there from his lordship. 2.6 is the gap now. One shot to go. Next shot to decide sixth place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
And with that 10.8 from Bromfield, feels like he may have sealed Meek's fate here in the final. But I'm sure he will be giving it his all. And we have seen different shots go in from these athletes, so they are not prone to an 8 or a 7 in some instances.
Stop.
We now have sixth place finalist on firing point B. It's Toby Meek. James Miller still leading. He's got a 162.3. He's 6.4 ahead of Sasha Mikhailov now in second place. Joe Baker third, 1.6 further behind. Moving down into fifth place. Lord Elliot Bromfield, he's currently in fifth place. He's got 2 shots. He's got 0.8 to make up on Pavlos Wojtiewiczis. Next 2 shots to decide fifth place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So now we're getting into the latter stages of this final. This is where our athletes' heart rates will be going up, getting a bit nervous. The announcements won't be helping, letting them know what the difference is. Well, that's part of the skill, being able to manage. And 10.6 there by Baker. Brilliant shooting. Miller, our last firer of this round. Sticking to that process and only delivering on 8.7 in that round.
James Miller still in the lead, but that lead has shrunk dramatically. It's now only 5.5 over Sasha Mikhailov. Joe Baker only 0.6 behind him. Down in fifth place, it's Pavlos is in fifth place at the moment. He's 0.3 behind Elliot Bromfield. Next shot to decide fifth place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So Bromfield dragging himself up the order here with some good shots over the last couple of series. Wojtiewiczis with a 10.0 to finish off, and that's enough, I believe. Mikolov holding on here. What will be rewarded?
Stop.
10.0.
A really good 10 there from Pavlos has saved himself. Our fifth place finalist on 5.C, Elliot Bromfield. James Miller, 10.4 there to push the lead back out to 5.9 over Sasha Mikhailov. Joe Baker, third place. Currently in fourth place, it's Pavlos. We've got 2 shots to decide fourth place. If you want to get into the medals, Pavlos, it's 2.7 is a gap you need to make up over Joe Baker.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
And over 2 points difference here going into this next series for Wojtowicz to make up if he wants to take away a medal. There's been some really good shooting here in this final with a 10-7 there by Mikolov. 10.1 for Baker and 10-0 for Wojtowicz, and a 10-6 from Miller.
Stop.
Great quality.
Couple of really good shots there. 10-7 from Sasha Mikolov and 10-6 from James Miller. Means that the gap at the top is only shrunk by a little bit. It's 5.8 now. Down in fourth place, Pavlis. He is currently 2.8 behind Joe Baker. He's got one shot to try to get into the medals.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So with that 10.1 from Baker and a 10-0 from Wojtowicz, he still has 2.7 points to make up. And 10.2 there. And a brilliant 10.5 to secure himself a medal in this final.
Stop.
Good 10.2 there from Pavlis, but unfortunately it's not enough to save him. In fourth place, firing point A, Pavlis Wojtowicz. James Miller still at the top, but that lead has shrunk. It's only 5.5 now going into this. We now know who the medalists are. We've got to see what colour they're going to win. Sasha Mikhailov is currently in the silver medal position, but he's only 0.9 behind Joe Baker. Let's see the next two shots, the fight for the bronze medal.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So this is where you've really got to trust your process. Get your breathing under control and any nerves that you might have. And Mikolov starts off with a 9.4 here. And Baker there with a 10-0. Only putting himself 0.3 behind.
Stop.
That silver medal.
James Miller still in the lead. That lead is now 5.9 over Sasha. But interestingly, at the bottom, good 10.0 there from Joe Baker. The gap between bronze and silver is only 0.3. One shot to decide bronze medal.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So after 21 shots in this final, only 0.3 between these two athletes, battling it out for silver place. And they will start their process. And another 9.4 there by Mikolov. For Joe's 9.8 sneaks himself that silver by the barest of margins.
Stop.
And another solid 10.5 by Miller.
By the narrowest of margins, only 0.1 in it. Our bronze medalist, Sasha Mikhailov. A 10.5 there from James Miller has increased that lead a little bit. We're going into the final two competition shots to decide gold and silver. The lead he currently holds is 6.9. Is that enough? Can James Miller cling on to the gold medal? What has Joe Baker got in his bag to wrestle that medal from James? Next two shots to decide the gold medal.
For the next competition shot, Load. Start.
So McLaughlin bowing out in bronze position. And even better, he had a fresh haircut for this final as well, so that will look good on the podium later. But an uphill battle here for Baker, but cutting out his stand there with a great 10.6. And Miller
Stop.
matching that with a 10.2.
This is getting really exciting now. A fantastic 10.6 there from Joe Baker and only a 10.2 from James Miller. The gap down to 6.5. One shot to go to decide the gold medal and the Welsh Championship.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So this is the very last shot of the Welsh Airgun Championships 2023. Can the Welshman keep his cool and take the title home? Brilliant 10.4 there by Baker, keeping his cool. Matched with a 10-0.
Stop.
Which means it's enough for Miller.
Unload. Results are final.
As Chief Ranger has said, results are final. We now know who the winners are. In third place, and the winner of the bronze medal, Sasha Mikhailov. In second place, the winner of the silver medal, Joe Baker. And in first place, where he was through the entire match, he's the first place, he's the gold medal winner, he's the Welsh champion, James Miller.